bit of a weather delay, but we are ready to go. Two teams with eyes on a PLL championship down the road meet once again tonight in Zions Bank Stadium here in Salt Lake City. Let's take a look at our standings. Here's what I'm talking about. Whipsnakes can seal the regular season title with a win tonight. If they fall to Atlas, you see how close things are in the standings. All of a sudden, everything gets jumbled up, and the Atlas have a real shot. Just under the lights tonight. Again, we've got 2 games streaming live on ESPN Plus tonight, 2 more tomorrow morning. Another morning start, 10 a.m. local time, noon on the East Coast. Looking forward to that. Zed will fire with his right and score.
Think about a power forward in basketball, his ability to post up, to back himself into pay dirt, into the paint. And that's exactly what Zed does on this play. We talked about the strength. Look at him. Look at those shoulders, Cotter. He's got 2 strong, healthy shoulders. He sits down, feels the defender, steps away, and buries the shot from 5 yards. It's really uncoverable. You got to send the double team.
Very strong-handed, though, right, when you talk about a Zed Williams?
Now, this area of the country has experienced incredible growth. With that, a lot of young families, and guess what comes with it? The sport of lacrosse here in Utah, booming.
Rambo scores. Had almost no angle coming upfield, but he was able to find the back of the net.
This is unbelievable accuracy. There's a window of opportunity for Matt Rambo, this near side high corner. He eyes it up, snipes it past Kincannon. Rambo and Zed Williams have shown up in Salt Lake City.
Cage. Now Bernhardt will look to set a pick, maybe play a little 2-man. Rexroad slides by it. Bernhardt's open and scores. Well, I guess they're going to leave the defensive midfielder all by himself.
That is a clinic. That is an offensive clinic in early offense. Off the easy stop from Bernhardt, they segue into the O. And so the Atlas offensive midfielders have to get into the hole. You got Baccaro stuck on D, you got Crawley stuck on D. It's mass chaos. It leads to a layup. So great job by Bernhardt, whose brother Jared just scored a touchdown, by the way. The Falcons against the Lions in preseason. And the Whips, that's the discipline, that's the structure, that's the coaching, that's the culture.
Just too tight. Now Warner wants to clear. Look at Kirst. He can shoot from distance. Instead gets it to Rambo. He can shoot from up close. Wow.
We got 2 isolation goals, Williams and Rambo. You got an early offense goal where they kind of segue from D to O, and this is just a stone cold fast break. Again, it starts with a good D and the run out. Kirst is such a 2-way threat. I didn't realize that he's such a talented defensive player. Honestly, I thought he was offense only, coming out of Villanova and Rutgers.
Reset the shot clock to 38, they said, I should say, for this possession. Man, the Whipsnakes are getting a lot of great looks, Q.
Well, Atlas defense is dealing with some matchup issues. We talked about it in the open, the pressure that Rambo and now Zed Williams can put on you. Watch the double team of Zed Williams on this. The what here is a wing shot. I think it was Chanenchuk with the goal. That's what he does best. The why is a bad double team. They sent 2 guys to Zed Williams as he's running away from the goal. Okay, there's sometimes you got to net. Look at that's an unnecessary double team that leaves the rest of the defense scrambling. You cannot do that against this disciplined offense.
Now Rambo. Rambo and Durkin, 2 really physical players up front. Goal, Carlson. Everyone else seems to be feasting on this defense, paying so much attention to Rambo and Zed Williams.
That's exactly right. Rambo draws the eyes of the defense. Look at everyone sloughed in. Everybody looking at big number 9, the lefty, as he posts up right here, and Carlson's able to set his feet. Carlson, man, a few opportunities, but he makes them pay. He's just an all-time great goal scorer. I remember watching him at the high school level in Baltimore and then at the University of Maryland. All he does is score. Every box score this entire career. There he is. Jay Carlson 3, Jay Carlson 4, Jay Carlson 2. Don't get all 6 goals back in 1 quarter. You have 3 quarters, so you got to beat them by, like, let's say 2 goals per quarter. But then you got to take the short approach somewhere along the line here. You got to win the next 2 minutes or win the next 5-minute segments.
Yep. Violation from Nardella, so here's a start. Possession for the Atlas and Teat. Baptiste inside, he scores, okay. That's one of them back. Now let's see if Baptiste can win possession again at the stripe and keep it going.
Teat carries across the face of the formation, and Baptiste, instead of running off the field, he just cuts the middle. Trevor, you're supposed to run off the field.
Saw opening. Had to take it.
Down 6-0, what was the mindset of the Atlas in that last huddle?
We just got to be more aggressive, more assertive, especially defensively. And offensively, too. You know, we're dancing a little bit.
Thank you, Trevor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor. Son Clarella powering athletes under the helm.
He dug that out. He had 2 men draped all over him, saves his possession with the reset.
Smith. Shoots, scores! Buchanan's unhappy with himself. Smith continues shooting the ball really well like we saw last week in Denver. On the run.
I tell you, at this level, a tiny degree of error at the release point translates into a save. This one's perfection. Right-handed jump shot, high release, low location, while you're a moving target from about 11 yards. That is perfection.
Or not. And weather has a lot to do with that, too. They have had some rain here in this last week, although they're in a drought officially. From his knees! Paying immediate dividends, Jackson Reed. Add to the tally of goal scores for the Whips.
Rookie Buckeye. Played for Nick Myers. He's over in Ireland right now with Team USA U21s, but Jackson Reed's going to be a guy. He's going to be a swing man. He can play some attack if you need him. He's an excellent player on the extra man. Skilled from Ontario via Culver. Thought he had a great senior year this year. He's not the strongest cat in the world, but man, he's instinctual. He's great without the ball. Bounce back big time.
Zed's got 10 to shoot. Fights through a double team. Up top, Smith is going to have to let it go. Hitched, and that's not going to help. Now with his left, he scores, though.
How does he hit that shot? We saw him earlier right-handed down the alley, overhand on the run. This is the same player from distance with his offhand or his other hand, because these guys have no offhands. They're good with both. They're amphibious. Brad Smith.
Might just fade away to Bolivia.
Now, that guy, 28, in the green, the red, the white, whatever color jersey he's wearing, he just gathers your eye because he is just so imposing.
Rambo got a step. That's all he needs. Dominant first half performance by the Whipsnakes.
Mentioned Las Vegas in our open. The price on the Whipsnakes is plummeting. If you're in Vegas, go to the windows now. Get all you can on the Whipsnakes, because if they play like this, ain't nobody beating them.
All year long, they've been the best defensive team in the league, but they haven't been able to explode offensively, Q. You know, you felt like teams were staying in games, 1-goal games. Last week, they took that first step with Rambo and the 4 goals to exploding. Now, they've completed that step.
Can ruin your day.
Well, especially when you're down 10-1.
Stuck in your head.
The thought of that song keeps popping in there. Quick passing, goal. Carlson once again, his second.
Maryland coach John Tillman sitting at home. He's tweeting out Jared Bernhardt touchdowns for the Falcons. Meanwhile, all his former players are just feasting here in Salt Lake City. Double team drawn. They spin it. One more, little triangle passing, the unselfishness. Watch the second look. Double team's drawn. Kahn now catches. He presses, goal line extended. And Carlson finishes with a Little fold-over action there, the twister.
That finish was prettier than I thought in live act. Move up the charts in terms of the scoring lead in this league. And
it's a good time of year to be a John Tillman. Sitting with that gold trophy in your office. You're off the recruiting trail because it's a dead period. So you can actually like have a life. And you get to watch your former alums dice the Atlas out west.
This is just unbelievable. Now Nardella's getting involved in the mix too. One of the few non-Maryland players on this Whipsnakes team. He matches the goal scored earlier from his face-off counterpart, Trevor Baptiste, 12-1.
Well, you know, differential becomes a factor here if you're the Atlas. Like, if you're Ben Rubier, don't you got to throw the towel out there and call timeout? Bring these guys in now. 5 minutes to go before halftime.
PLL tweet. Top two face-off guys. Who's going to win? People at home, almost 70% Trevor Baptiste.
In his college career, continues to do so as a pro. I think he's a great candidate for Team USA.
Teeter to Law. It goes in.
Atlas look like themselves here in the second half, Chris. Defense, much more organized. Baptiste still doing his thing. And on offense, the ball movement and people movement has been fast. Teat leans into the goal line extended. He draws that far defender across the face of the crease. Law reads it, so he cuts to the back post. Sliver of an angle. Atlas finally look like themselves. He's at Harvard. He's got a Yale degree, and he's at Harvard Med School.
You gotta be kidding me with that. Goal, tough angle. Romar Dennis.
That was nice off the wing dodge where he left himself just enough angle. Loyola Greyhound, look, he's got the shorty. Splits to his right, and you think there's not much there. Bernlor plays the percentages, but look at that shot. Tucks it in the far corner. Shorty's at T to get a pick game going where the matchup will be changed.
Costabile got a look, and he scores. We kind of made up for a very similar play in the first half when Bernlor was able to stone him. That time he beats him.
You see the difference in angles between that prior play? That prior play, he was coming in almost from goal line extended. This goal, he's coming in up top. A much better angle. And this puts pressure on Warner right here. He starts this with a good angle. He can go right or left. So he beats him left-handed. He's able to clear enough space to switch back to his strong right hand. So much of goal scoring, as Bernlor gets a piece of that actually with his shoulder, is geometry, creating sufficient angle.
Some, unfortunately, looks to be all right.
Wear baggy shorts.
Right, or sweats in your case. Rambo scores, beautiful.
Tell you, Carlson does a good job on this play of not rolling into the crease because he's blown up like an accident out on I-80. And he stays out of the crease, so this play continues, and then there's Rambo. Watch Rambo with the fakes now. Face dodge, absorbs the cross check, multiple fakes and beats the goaltender from close range.
Whip stopped the run at 3 goals for Atlas. Actually, Chantel, it's perfect because it wasn't as clean as the first 2 quarters were. And you don't want to give anything up. Beautiful move and a goal. Now you see that's what you were talking about, Q, with Atlas Lacrosse. Chris Gray finishes it.
It's a passing team. Off the pass, there's an ankle-breaking hesitation move done here by Chris Gray. It starts with Teat. A little east-west action. Teat presses, draws the double team to Gray. These two are the best off the pass in the league. And the approach just ends with an ugly potential ankle right there.
Bryce Young.
Skids for Bryce Young. Doesn't get the traction that he needs. Gray, who's going back to North Carolina, Chapel Hill, to finish up his master's program.
Very good.
I ran into him pregame during the delay.
What's he getting that degree in? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because I'm trying to think what you can go back.
What a lucky guy.
Yeah.
Sturkin.
Skip past. Now we'll see Channon Shuck. There's that shot.
That's a 1, nearly a 2. It's like the ball explodes out of his stick. Near side. Watch, catch, crow hop, step. Just amazing velocity. Channon Chuck, the Long Island product. St. Anthony's, the Friars. He's engaged. He's an assistant coach at Stony Brook. Loves to listen to his Tom Petty music. He's 32 now. He's getting up there. You think DJ Ralph's got some Tom Petty? I haven't heard any Tom Petty from DJ Ralph.
Lost in that first weekend of
Officials
September.
are on it now, though.
Yeah,
Anytime
right.
they're sensing what the Atlas are doing here with their sticks.
More flags down. Another call against the Atlas. Zed shoots and scores. Well, that's an answer.
Zed, you're covering Zed, but you're not really on him. I mean, this is like the ultimate disrespect. Watch Zed
Man down, face off.
shoot through this defender like he's not there.
First Kobe Smith.
Cause and effect, slash, just taking chunks of triceps. Here's the goal. Look at Zed. He leans in and he just shoot like you're not there. Shoots right through him.
Now Logan checking Rambo. That is
It's a good
advantage.
matchup.
Yep.
It didn't need the slide.
Slide came though. Williams. Oh, that is just too pretty.
Damn. You know he's going to his right. Look at those shoulders. He's just so strong. I mean, that's an old school fullback saying, I'm going to take this ball between the guard and tackle. Look at him. He's setting up his right hand the whole time. The roll to get back to the middle, a little hitch there to get that goalie the extra look. But the whole time he knows he's coming back to his right. That initial move to set up your strength. You're a young player, you're watching that, set up your strong hand.
There's on an active roster. You know, you stand a much better chance of prolonging your career. Cannon made a great save if you can play on both sides of the field.
Right now, the only thing in the balance is the total. Cannon keeps it under, but that'll do some damage
Logan.
to the total.
Not Danny Noonan, Danny Logan.
A deuce.
2-point goal scored by number 91, Danny Logan.
Cannon, robbery from close range. And he doesn't miss it, Logan. Using the earth from distance.
I mean, Bernlohr stopped everything, and that just had a lot of English. Had a little topspin once it hit the turf. Law trying to get around Warner. Teat, tough angle. How did he score on that angle? Great shot by Jeff Teat. First goal of the night.
Hands.
Scored by number 7, Jeff.
Watch his hands. Watch how fast. Catch the shot. Catch, shot. Keeps it so simple. When you think he's going to pass, he shoots. When you think he's going to shoot, he passes. When you think he's going to shoot it high, it goes low. Like, he's Mr. Opposite, Jeff Teat.
Regular season championship. Number 1 seed. A bye in the quarterfinals, which is that first weekend of September in Boston.
They head straight to D.C.
They'll have 2 weeks off, though, so that's sort of one of the things, Q, you and I were talking about when they built this big lead and we're watching this game thinking they're hot right now. They'll play in Seattle next week with the number 1 seed already locked up, and then they get 2 weeks off before they'll play in the semifinals in D.C.
DJ Ralph playing You Must Whip It. You know what that means. 6-0 lead, 12-1 at half. If you're a young player or coach, you want to go back on ESPN Plus and watch the first half of this ball game. It was just an absolute clinic, as good as we've seen.